Hey.
Back in the country?
Back in the country.
Yeah. You've been a world traveler.
Got thrown out of one country, came back to another.
What you guys want to talk about? I'll talk about a couple things. Our staff is on vacation. We'll be back in the office next week, but we're eager to get back to work. You know, it's been a grueling vacation for me. I actually took 1 weekend to go see a concert. You would know who this is, Jill Scott. With my wife, but the rest of the time I've been home, so I'm definitely eager to get back to work. Our team is right here on campus, working extremely hard, battling through this heat to try to get ready for the season. We had one of our better springs academically. Majority of our freshmen are on campus. Actually, all of them are on campus right now, so it's more than we've ever had. You know, we can't see them play, see them work out and do anything, but the reports we're getting have been good. I actually got a chance to talk to Rock today and got some testing that they were doing, got some numbers from the testing they were doing, but I can tell you this, they look good walking through the halls, and that's what we're excited about. Any questions?
When you approach the quarterback situation as you say Max is a starter and the other guys have to take it from him, or will you approach it as...
Well, somebody's got to get the first team reps. So Max will be the guy that gets the first team reps when we run out on the field the first day. But we'll gradually start trying to see who else can get in the mix to take some, who we think needs to take some of those first team reps. But he'll be the guy that will start off getting most of the first team reps, and then we see fit. Somebody else might want to see somebody else with the first group to get some work with the good.
Talk about why you're optimistic.
The way we finished, we finished strong last season, and not because of the way we finished, because of some of the guys that you saw out there running around making plays. Some of the young guys, you saw Bud Dupree, and I'll tally this up, and you guys might see it different than me, but that's just the way I see it. I think it was 15 starters that started. There's 15 guys on this team that started in the last 2 games. Maybe just 1 game, but 15 guys. In my opinion, the guys who rotated in every other series, I consider those guys starters. Similar to Larry as a freshman. Larry was going into his sophomore year. I consider Larry as a starter, a returning starter. Not a lot of people saw it that way, but if you're rotating like Bud Dupree did, if you're rotating like Dixon, if you're rotating like Cartier Rice, if you're rotating like Avery Williamson, those are starters in my opinion. If you're rotating like Darian Miller, those are starters in my opinion. I mean, they're not quite ready, okay, but they're talented enough to play. They've probably got a little bit more talent than the seniors that were in front of them. So I think that those guys are considered starters in my opinion. So it's a lot of guys that had some significant work last fall and last spring, in this past spring. So that's why I'm excited.
Joker, based on what you know about these guys and what you've heard from Rock about behavior in these workouts, who do you think are the leaders on this team?
We had them at our house also, and we had them up to the house on Sunday, and just watching them, work together. We got a pond in the backyard, and we had one that snagged a huge carp. And watching those guys, and it took teamwork to do it. And I saw, obviously, the quarterback gets in a dang boat and starts trying to reel him in too, toes. Toes. We had the freshman. So you see Toes in a paddle boat. He's trying to get him up, and you saw one of the other freshmen in the boat, paddling so he could have his hands free. You saw Zach Blaylock, he was the one who snagged it, and saw his brother, one guy holding the other one so he could try to hold on, not fall in the pond. That right there told me that these guys really like each other, they like working. And then they stayed over another 2 or 3 hours afterwards, and you saw Swindle was one of those guys, just the leader. Really excited about Whitlow. Whitlow's got a lot of good reports about him, so he'll be in that quarterback battle also, and that's a name that keeps getting left out in this whole thing.
How healthy is Morgan?
I think he's ready to go. Just from the reports that we've been hearing, he's been out there throwing. I just spoke with him as we were pulling up, and he sounded good. He's headed down to the Manning Academy to get some, to tutor some young kids and be around the Manning brothers also. I think all those things are helpful in his leadership and his development as trying to come be a starter here.
You said many times that the running game has to be effective in this league to win. Talk about your running backs and maybe the help of the freshmen from last year.
Yeah, I mean that's probably one of the deepest positions when you talk about guys that have gotten game are game ready, have gotten game snaps. With Fasig and Jonathan George and Raymond Sanders and Josh Clemens, and then in comes two highly talented freshmen. One of the freshmen just deadlifted 630 for 3 times. That's close to a 700 pounds deadlift.
Who's that?
Josh Mobley. So I mean, Deshaun Mobley, who's 225 pounds. And that was one of the reports that I got today. I mean, that's a huge number. I mean, that's especially for a back. We haven't had that as a back here in a long time. So we feel really good about that position with him and Taylor coming into the mix also. So it's a deep position. It's a talented position. We've got some game experience. We've got some 2 young guys that are excited about being here and working their tails off.
Starting out by committee.
Well, I mean, again, somebody has to run out there first, take the first team reps, and Fasig will take the first team reps. But again, we got to find out who gives us our best chance to win. We got a lot of guys at that position that are talented, and we got to try to get the best one that gives us the best chance to win on the field.
You guys have had question mark going into the fall camp for you?
Well, I mean, we just got to start fast. That's I don't know if it's question marks. We just got to make sure that we start fast, and continue to play once we start fast. We started fast in a couple of games last year, and then kind of eased up in the middle of it. We started slow in some games and finished strong. We got to play 60 minutes of football, of Wildcat football, and that's the thing that we must do. It's a must.
Ben, last one.
You guys had a lot of success in Florida recruiting wise in the last month. Is that something that you started through the years when you started to see this relationship paid off?
We are. We've got 5 coaches in the state of Florida right now, and I think as you continue to get into your area and get familiar with the area, you start developing those relationships. The recruiting game you have to be so far ahead nowadays. You got to be, and we have identified a lot of the sophomores even today. Not saying you can't recruit them and all those things, but you have to have identified it. And I think that's helped us this past season. Other thing, we've gotten a lot of them on our campus too. I mean, that's the thing that gives us a chance. A lot of the Florida kids in the past, what you see that from the Florida kids is they all waited until December. They all think they're going to Miami. They all think they're going to Florida. They all think they're going to Florida State. So they didn't make decisions until late. Now they're seeing, some of these guys are seeing that you better get in positions early. So a lot of them are starting to go visit schools now early. We had a couple of kids who come through here. I like what they saw and committed.
Hey, folks, thank you very much.